Alright, what's up guys? Back out here. The engine's still in there. No, that wasn't a dream. It's actually in there. I finally got a bearing for this half shaft. I'm gonna put this together. This has kind of just been a nightmare. Every auto parts store says they can get it, and then when you go there, they give you the wrong bearing. So I got this. It's like 80 bucks from like Mitsubishi warehouse, I think. Hopefully it's right. Let's get it apart, and hopefully I can put this back together. Sorry if you hear the furnace. That thing will kick off here in a minute. Let's open this up and see what we got. It comes with all new seals and everything, so that's cool. Oh shit, that is the right bearing. Alright, so this is actually a lot easier than I even thought it was going to be. These actually are two different size holes. This side's smaller, this side's bigger. So you don't have to sit here and worry about if you mix these up like I thought I did there for a minute. And then the bearing only goes in, this sits on the engine like this, right? Yeah. So the bearing's going to go in the side that's towards the transmission if you're trying to leave this on the car, which I don't even know if that's possible. I just want to film on there. Just help it slide in. And then once I get it in there, I'll pack it full of grease everywhere else. I'm going to use the big press to try to press that bearing in. There we go. She is in there. Okay, the best thing I can see to do is to press this into this. Damn, boys, that's awesome. I love new bearings. Look how much better that is. That's not moving at all now. I'll throw that clip up, actually, of me taking this apart. See if I can get this bearing out. You see this? But remember how much play was in this? Can't even move it. I came back here and checked this like 10 times. The steering shaft to make sure that it wasn't going to get crushed and then line it up, and I forgot to put it on. So I don't even know if I can put it on now. There you go. You should be able to see a little bit. It's not on there. I ended up tightening up the subframe and I didn't put this on. I got to try to get that steering shaft up and over onto the steering rack. Oh my god, dude, it's so close. It wants to go on. I'm so scared of scratching something. I'm sitting here being a little girl. There we go. Fucking A. Alright, sweet, she's on there. Hopefully I got it somewhat right. Hopefully I don't take it off and completely do like a 180 with the steering wheel. That would suck. Should be able to adjust the rest with the tie rod ends. Alright, let's try to get these motor mounts. These are the 4 bolts that go in the transmission mount. I got this just sitting on here right now. Of course it's not lining up. It's almost like the whole engine needs to go forward for this to line up. It's not gonna be fun. This is never easy. There's like a certain way you're supposed to do these. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know that way. And instead of looking it up, I'm just gonna sit here and struggle and complain to you guys about it the whole time. I think I can get this transmission one in though. You need like a buddy here. You need like someone to stand on this transmission. I can't remember how we did it the last time. I had a buddy here when I did the motor mounts. This is loose. How bad is this one? Yeah, that's right. I tightened that one. Let's loosen that up a little bit. I ended up loosening up that bolt on this mount right there so I can move it around a little bit. I'm using the ratchet strap to try to pull the transmission down. It's just hard to get in the right spot in between teeth, you know? You'll have it on one tooth, it'll be too high. You click it one more tooth on the ratchet strap and it's too low. Like you can see they're like right on the edge of being lined up. I don't know if you guys can see, but... Alright, sorry I didn't really record that. That was just kind of being a pain in the ass. What I did is I got them all started. Just like 3 or 4 threads on there. Took this ratchet strap off and then ran them home. I just wanted to make sure the engine wasn't too low. You know what I mean? This one, I know a lot of people complain about this one. This one's going to be a pain for me for sure. These holes don't even want to line up. And then if they do, it's all the way back here. I don't know if you guys can see down in there really. But I just got all those studs just barely lined up. The problem is if I run that down there, these holes on the side are nowhere near where they need to be. See how far back they are? So this whole engine needs to go that way a little bit. I don't know how that's going to happen with that mount on. It doesn't really want to go that way. The hole for that to line up is an inch lower. There's no way this is going to go an inch that way. All that headache to try to get that mount in, I ended up taking it completely off. I'm going to try to get this one in first. The back one's loose. This one's really loose. Hopefully once I line this one up, I can at least get that one to line up somewhat. Sorry I haven't really been recording that much. This is what I got set up to try to line this up. Because I had that one all lined up and on, and these two middle ones, and then this was nowhere right. So right now I got the cherry picker picking it up just a little bit. It wants to lean this way. So I got the jack under the transmission, try and line that hole up while this one's out. And then these two, the front and the rear, are the bolts are in there. They're just really loose. Like I got them completely, I got the nuts off. So they're loose, so they can move around. And I'm pretty much lined up. I need to go up just a little bit. Oh my God, it's so close. It's pissing me off. It's like the whole thing needs to shift this way. I don't get it. No way I got that mount on. Yeah, there's no way I got any of these mounts on backwards. All right, all the mounts are on. All right, I'm gonna start running around, tighten these up, and then I'm gonna put it up in the air and put that CV axle in, or that half shaft. Do the rear one first, just leave it loose though. Like don't even put the nut on it so it can move. Then that one, and then obviously this one. All the engine mounts, motor mounts, whatever you wanna call them, are in, tightened, torqued down. Let's pick this thing up in the air and see if it falls out the bottom. Didn't fall out yet. I'm so happy this is in there. I got to remember to change the transmission fluid before I drive this thing because I'm pretty sure there's nothing in there. Alright, it's gonna be hard for me to film under the car, but here's like your half shaft. Goes into the transmission and bolts right up there like this. Like it's gonna bolt right here. Here, let me get the light. I'll show you where it bolts, and then I don't think you're gonna be able to see anything when I'm actually doing it. So right there. Right there, you got a bolt there and a bolt there, and then those two tits come out and lock into that. So if you look at this, you see how you got those two tits? Those two tits on the block go into there, and then the two bolts go here. All right, there you go, the half shaft's in. It's a pain in the ass just for that one bearing. But it's a lot better, you can tell for sure. There's no play in here or anything. Hey, before I forget, I know there's a couple of you guys that are parting these cars out. I need the male end to whatever this sensor is. My car never had it. It's just these two wires right here. So I need the male end that plugs into there. Just snip it off. Give me like 2 inches of wire on there. Give me more than that. Give me like 5 inches of wire on there. Cut it, and I'll buy it from you. Let's start doing some of these wires. I'm just hooking these up right now so I can figure out what I can and can't tuck. I've got all new loom and everything coming. I'm gonna replace all this and make this look real nice. I want to try to tuck as much as possible. Like this, I might just take this off and move it down here, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to put my battery in the trunk, and that battery usually sits right here, so I'm going to not have that whole bracket, so I can use these holes that used to hold the battery mount and put this down here. There's not really too much to tuck on this. A couple of the issues I'm going to have is like grounds. This ground is supposed to be there, but I'm not sanding this paint down. Not doing it. If I can get that ground to hook down there somewhere, that'd be awesome. Alright, what's up guys? I'm back out here. I was going over some of the footage from the past couple days. I'm sorry that this is probably going to be really boring stuff, but it's hard for me to like film just sitting here plugging wires in that I'm just going to unplug when I get the new wire loom here. Stuff like that. It's just boring stuff and me bolting it back on. I do have a question for you guys though. It's not really a question. I think I'm going to start this thing up with stock injectors, and then I'll get, you know, like 1000cc injectors and an ECU. I think I'm just going to get this thing to run like this with a stock ECU, stock injectors, and then I'll upgrade the injectors, and then I'll upgrade the ECU. I can make videos on how to upgrade injectors for those of you that don't have your whole engine apart. And I can make a video on how to upgrade your ECU for those of you that don't have everything torn apart. So I think I'm going to get it all back together running like this. And then I can upgrade things after I get it running just pretty much stock. Now I'm going to get this reservoir in there so I can replace these lines. So this bolt's right here. This one that comes off of the power steering rack, I'm pretty sure goes right to the cooler, and then comes back after it goes to the cooler and comes into this one. One of these are supposed to go to the pump, and then these two go to the rear. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna block these off. Yeah, I'm gonna put a hose from here to there, block those off, and then one of these bottom ones have got to go to the pump. Obviously, that just makes sense to me. The cooler goes back into this one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. So this is a short one that comes right off the top of the pump. Pretty sure it can go right there at the bottom, so it goes to the pump. Yeah, this goes to the cooler, then comes back to this. That's what I'm doing. There's my solution for that. It's not pretty, not too happy about it, but there it is. Like, you'll never see it. I'll know it's there, and you guys will know it's there. If you guys ever see the car in person, you'll come over here and be like, oh, that fucking thing looks like shit. And it'll piss me off, and I'll cry about it. I'm gonna end up buying all new hardware. It's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna end up having freaking 10 grand in hardware probably. Before one of you guys freak out that I'm putting this back on there, I do have a power steering cooler with fins and everything. I'm gonna put this on for now because I don't know if I just want to cut this here in front of the radiator and then run hoses to the new cooler, or do I want to run new silicone hoses all the way? You know what I mean? If I run new silicone hose from here all the way up front, you know, that's 5 feet of silicone hose that's just waiting to get tangled up in one of the belts or something. So I think I'm gonna put this on there and then cut it right here and then run silicone hoses from here to the new cooler, just, you know, a couple inches of silicone hose instead of running all that silicone hose for no reason. Power steering's all hooked up, ready to go. I will probably cut it somewhere like right here and then run to the cooler. That's my plan. Let me know what you guys think of that. You ever just have so much little shit to do that you like don't even know where to start? Got some wire loom stuff. This video has been so boring. So boring. That's pretty much what I'm gonna call this video probably, is just boring engine install video. I'm just gonna run around and put new looms on these wires. I got 3 different sizes, so hopefully I should be able to get everything covered up, down to even these small ones. Yeah, look how brittle this old loom shit is. It's gonna fall apart. The depressing part about this is that you're not even gonna see any of this shit, but I'm still gonna do it. Alright, there's one piece. I'm not gonna film every single one. I'll bring it back when I'm done. Alright, there we go. Did all these little ones up here. I need to put some tape on this. I just don't know which way this is gonna go yet until I get the injectors on. This might kind of flip, you know what I mean? I don't want to tape it, and so you got a little spot right there you see, but I'll cover that up with some electrical tape. All these little ones are done. I even did the ones you won't see. The injectors that are underneath the intake. There's this bottom one that comes up and around. And then I'm gonna do these once I get like the radiator and stuff in. And then I might cut all these off and redo these. I'm gonna see if I can clean these up. I didn't clean this side. Just time consuming shit. Looks a lot better though, right? I just need to clean all these like connections, because that like dust right there is gonna drive me nuts. Get some tape there, blend that in. Oh yeah, this O2 sensor needs a little piece on there. But besides that, pretty much done with the wires. Yeah, I've been having horrible luck with shipping. The power steering cooler, woke up to an email this morning saying that won't be here till Tuesday. And then just a little bit ago, I got an email from the company I ordered the oil cooler from saying that that won't be here till Wednesday. And that was supposed to be here today. It was supposed to be here this morning by 9 o'clock. Shipping is killing me lately. Every time I order something, I might as well just think it's going to be another week. This thing's looking sick in here though. Alright, I just been screwing around like usual. Just doing little odds and ends. Fix that ground on the fuel pump. I never did that. I just went and did that. I was looking at some of the forums, and a couple of people are saying that you pretty much have to put your ground here. Even if you run it in the trunk, you gotta run a ground to this. Because this ground's gotta be on this top of this firewall. I guess people will try to put it other places. And then a ground from here to the battery needs to be here too. And then a ground from the battery to the frame, and then from the frame to the engine. Which, I mean, no shit. But, like, everyone's saying that you have to have your ground there. They're having electrical issues if they're not having the ground there. So, and then When I got this car, there was a ground ran from this alternator to here. A lot of people are saying that you got to do that, but I sanded all these connections off on this bracket. So this should be pretty good grounded to the block. I shouldn't have to run that wire from here to there. I think when people need to run wires from the alternator to the body, they're having an issue where they painted their bracket and they didn't sand off their points of connection. Like I sanded this down to bare metal, 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 this and this down to bare metal, and then the same thing on the block. So everything's metal on metal on metal. That should be grounded pretty good. I really don't want to sand my firewall. I don't know. I'm going to wait until this video goes up before I sit here and hook up these grounds. Real quick before I end, these right here, what does this go to? This is, we'll number these. So if you leave it down in the comments, this is 1. Where does 1 go? 2 and 3. And then all these over here. I don't know where any of these go. Where's this go? Or where's this go? And then where's this go? Those were unplugged when I took this engine out. I honestly don't remember about those 3 over there. So 3, 4. We'll name this 5, 6. Where do those go? Alright, see you in the next one, guys. This is boring shit.
I'm gonna die for this shit. I'm ready to flip and end up in prison the rest of my life for this shit. So my mama ain't want me, she got an abortion, I end up surviving this shit. And if I want a son, I ain't got the money, I'll probably be robbing this shit. Don't know how much I cry for this shit.